Bienvenidos, hermanos de color. Recuerda que los amamos mucho y tu voz importa.
What Gloria is saying, for those of us who do not speak Spanish, welcome, sisters of color, and remember, we love you very much, and your voice matters.
Yeah.
So, hey guys, it's PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor.
And I'm Gloria Miller. It's so good to be with you today.
And we are
Sisters of Color.
All right, girls, we are glad that you are here
Yes.
on this episode of No Victims Here, the Minority Project. This is a great month of, okay, hold on, guys, drum roll.
Right.
This is my birthday month.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And, you know, it's also Thanksgiving
Yes.
month, so we're going to say give thanks. That's the theme for the month. And we're going to be talking about...
And we're so thankful for Pam. So we have to give a shout out for Pam. It's her birthday month. So yeah.
And we will be celebrating all month long.
Yes.
So follow your girl.
Yes.
Okay. And this was Gloria's topic, which we were having a great conversation. And
Yes.
Gloria came up with this. Kindness begins with you.
Amen.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to dive into that. We are going to give you our agendas. We're going to give you our disclaimer.
Yeah.
And we're at the end of this thing, we're going to give you a word
Right.
that you can use to enter a drawing for a free gift. But you got to stay to the end. We're going to give you one word that you have to use in the comments, because we want you to subscribe, like, and
Right.
share.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the notification bell and leave your girls a comment on the conversation with the winning word.
Amen.
Okay? But we won't give you that until the end. All right. So, our agendas.
Yes.
We want you to always, with every single episode, girls, and, you know,
Mhm.
young ladies, women, you know, because some people get offended by words.
I know, right?
We want to suggest that you use your voice. Why? Because it matters.
Yes.
It really does matter,
It does.
right?
Mhm.
And point number 2, that you walk away feeling seen, heard, and understood.
Mhm.
Because as women, that is a power point for us. Whether it's with a sister, whether it's with a guy friend, whether it's
Right.
with a significant other, we like to be heard and seen and understood.
Mhm.
Okay. Point number 3, that perfection is not even a thing, girls. That life is messy, but it can be fun. If you check
Amen.
out our page,
Yeah.
Bama Sisters of Color, you will see how your girls are around
Yes.
town. We're having fun.
Yes.
We're trying to bring you in. We're trying
Yes.
to share with you the love of Christ. You know
Mhm.
what? The love of Christ can be shared, no matter where you are,
Right.
and at what stage of life, no matter
Amen.
what kind of conversation that
Mhm.
you're having. Spirit just recognizes spirit.
Oh, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
And when me and Gloria are out, people just recognize the joy of the Lord in us.
They do.
Okay.
Like when we went to the antique store yesterday.
Mhm.
I mean, people kind of noticed. We were just giggling and laughing. We're just having fun.
Right.
And so they recognize
It's the
it.
spirit
Yeah.
of the Lord.
Yeah, it is. It
That
is.
renews our
Yeah.
strength every single day.
Mhm.
Because you can best believe that Gloria and I are going through different things in life.
Yes. Yeah.
We just don't
Yeah.
put that kind of stuff out there
Right.
because everybody doesn't need to know all of
Exactly.
that, right?
Right.
But
right.
we are living proof that God still works today.
Amen.
That He is powerful and
Yes.
His word
Mhm.
will get you through. Okay,
Right.
so point number 4, realize that there is power in the conversation.
Mhm.
Now, we just proved that because me and Gloria are constantly, because sometimes we forget the camera's here and we're
I
just
know,
talking
right? We
amongst
just start
ourselves.
talking.
So a conversation is really important.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then point number 5, I like this one.
Yes.
Little acts of kindness
Yes.
really do matter.
They do. Because whatever, I mean, seriously, when you bless other people, it's a
Right.
blessing to you,
Mhm.
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's better to give than to receive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah,
our
you know
laughter
that.
blesses people. So
Yes.
you're welcome. Okay. Go ahead. Gloria's going to give you the disclaimer.
All right. We are not doctors and hold no degrees, so we can offer you no cures or diagnosis of any kind. If you need professional help, we advise you to seek it out. What we offer is conversation and comforting voices.
That's it, girl.
That's
That's
it.
all we have.
Yeah.
And so let us just jump right in.
Mhm.
This conversation came up because, like I said, me and Gloria just thought-provoking, moving the world forward with our
Right.
conversations,
Mhm.
even though every conversation we have, y'all can't hear.
I know.
With our joy, with our peace, with our laughter.
Right.
We're just trying to
Yeah.
move y'all to the next level
Mhm.
in Christ,
Amen.
right? And so we were just talking about, in life, how it's not always easy. when you go through something, it's not always easy to
Right.
come out on the other side, but it all begins with you. And just because let's give the example of how we even got here. Okay.
Oh, right.
Now this bothered Gloria. This bothered Gloria more than it bothered me. Okay.
You start.
So we're just out and about. We won't tell you
Right.
where we were and all of the things, because then y'all will be, trying to, figure out where were the girls at around
Right.
town, and just, going and giving somebody hate. Because as Christians, we're only supposed to give people love, right?
Right.
And so when we're talking about kindness begins with you, it really does. Your integrity, your peace,
Right.
and how you show up in the world is reflected in everything you do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Your conversation, your demeanor, how it shows on your face. And so, I mean, I pick up things that people are dropping. I pick them up, you know what I'm saying? Do I always carry them and run with them? No, I do not.
Right.
Okay, but that's what Gloria is for. So we were just, out and about, just, having, fun in what we do. And so, and I don't even think it really had anything to do with us.
Right.
Could just be, her
having a bad day.
Well, and like I was telling Gloria, I had been in this place long enough to know that, that's just kind of her demeanor. That's just how she just comes across. Now, the other day it was really a lot worse than it normally is.
Right.
And, I mean, Gloria is not usually with me when I go into the store.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I go in there always looking to find a gym, so it don't really matter to me,
Right.
people's attitudes and
Right.
how they come across.
Mm-hmm.
But we were also talking about, which is a huge point too, the lack of customer service, the lack of, and we all are in a position where life is not giving us all of what we want, right? But the rest of the world don't have to be caught up in your drama, your thought process. You're mad at the world because, hey, I know what being mad at the world looks like, because I spent a great portion of my life being that.
Mm-hmm.
But it served me it does not serve me, right? Mm-hmm. And so when we were there, I just kind of walked through. Mm-hmm. I just did what I did, handled my business, you know what I'm saying? And we were talking about it after we left the store, because neither one of us, we're old enough and wise enough to understand that attacking somebody doesn't, or always kind of course correcting somebody, not really gonna make no difference. Yeah. But if we can show the love of Christ, which we did, it will stick a lot longer. It will be felt a lot greater, and the impact that we leave, and also within ourselves, because I want my integrity to always be in place. I don't want my witness ever harmed, and we want to suggest that no matter. Now, we're talking about to a point. Now, if somebody's laying hands on you and all of the things,
exactly. Now that's something different.
That's something different. Yeah. But just somebody's attitude and how you're not being seen, heard, and understood. But always remember, if you're not being seen and heard and understood out there in the world, come talk to your girl.
Exactly.
Watch our videos, because we want to draw you in. We're giving you air hugs.
Yes.
Okay? And so sometimes when you're just having a bad day, and you just need some joy, some love, some peace, check us out on Facebook. I know, right? Right? Because we drop all of the videos in the Facebook, or catch us on YouTube. Wherever you need to find us, we're there to bring you joy, to bring you peace, to bring you love and happiness. Now, understand, it is a choice that you make. Right. Mm-hmm. God has just called us to be a light in a dark place. Exactly. Now, if you don't pick up what we're dropping down, now we can't do anything about that. Exactly. But the point of the matter, going back to the story, attitude was right. What we did was we just continued to be who we were, to give thanks for her just being there to serve, right? Exactly. And then however she takes that, however she feels about it, whatever she does with it, we hope that God uses it. Right, uses it to. Yeah, now, Gloria was pissed. I mean, she was just fit to be tied. She was about to say something, and I said... But no, she didn't.
But I didn't say anything seriously, because I am so big on customer service, because that's what I've done all of my life, right? So I'm so big on that whatever is going on personally, you leave at the door, right? So when we walked out, the first thing she left it at the door, though. I left it at the door. But anyways, I just said, well, wasn't she a ray of sunshine? And I just thought, okay, well, then I was convicted when I said that, because I said, you know what, that we don't. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I know there's some people that can actually leave their stuff at the door when they go to their job,
and then
other people can't.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with not just your relationship with God, but just
age and wisdom.
Exactly, age and wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I right away was convicted when I said that, because I said that out loud, and Pam started laughing because she knew. She knows
I already
me.
knew. I already knew. I already know
so
she's going to be tied, but I was like, no, ma'am, Gloria.
But
we are not going to do
no, we're not going to do this. So yeah, so then I was convicted right away. So I'm like, because we don't know anybody's journey. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know. And so we can't automatically just say, okay, this is what I see, so I'm going to react to that.
That's good.
You know,
no, that's absolutely
because
right.
we don't know what's going on inside, you know, or in our mind. Right. I mean, like we're talking about mind shifts and everything in church right now. We're in that series. So we don't know. We just know that we're called to love. We're called to serve. We're called to be a witness, you know. And I kind of failed at that time, but I have Pam here.
No, she didn't fail because she didn't say anything.
Well, I did.
I mean, we're talking amongst ourselves, but here's the same thing too. In seeing that, sometimes having that conversation, there's a conviction that happens within yourself.
Right.
Because maybe us seeing that was more about us and not even her. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean?
That's true.
And so it gives us a conversation to come have, you know, with you guys that, you know, it really does. Who you are every day starts in here and starts up here. It has nothing to do with the world around you, because we remember we do this and then we do this, right? Because if we have that relationship with God and peace within, we're able to not be offended by every time somebody don't say the right thing to us or look at us the right way.
Right, exactly. And I think what made it worse too is she was wearing a mask. To me, I mean, it wasn't. Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, she was wearing a mask, and so I mean, I'm all about like facial expressions and stuff too, but I mean, she was, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe she's going through some health challenge. I mean, we don't know, you know, and that she was wearing a face mask, and so we don't know.
I do have to say that generally I have been in that store a lot, and that's generally her demeanor. So, sometimes, you know, like I said, sometimes it's better than others, you know what I'm saying? But to what Gloria is saying, I mean, okay, face mask or no, I mean, it doesn't exclude you from being kind. It doesn't exclude you from being generous or just, you know, this basically is your job, customer service. I mean, you know, all of us don't like it. I mean, I've been in positions where I've had to stand and my back was on fire, but you know what? That's nobody's fault. If I'm standing in a position to show kindness, to show love, to show care, that's just what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Some of us do it a little bit better than others.
Right.
And again, like we're saying, for us, it's about, you know, age and wisdom. Yeah. I mean, we can't, you know, and I don't know how old this person is. She may be older than what I think. I mean, I don't know.
She looked younger than us.
Yeah, and she's absolutely, that's correct. Yeah. But even in youth, though, because my baby's just 26 and she knows how to be respectful and she knows how to be kind. Exactly. Because why? I'm not going to tolerate her being anything else. Exactly. Even though I tell y'all I don't really have a lot of tolerance for many people and many things, but I'm not going to. There's no reason to be rude and disrespectful. Exactly. Right? If there's a situation that you find that's going to take you to a place that ain't going to be cute and it's going to be hard for you to come back from that kind of thing, you need to walk away from it. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. And just, you know what I'm saying, God, okay, now you know how I'm feeling right now, God. That's that conversation that you have between you and God when nobody else can see it. You might have to step to the bathroom, girls. You might have to just, you know what I'm saying, be clowning with God in there. Right. But, you know what I'm saying, in order not to harm your witness. Right. And get yourself together, because, you know, at a certain age and stage of life, it's not cute. No. Because, you know, this gray hair, you know, it says to the world that I should have some form of wisdom, that I've been on this earth, you know. Now, we understand that you can get gray a lot younger, because my sweet mom at 26 has some gray streaks. But what I'm saying is, I tell you what my age is. Right. I'm 50, and I will be 51 my birthday. So there is no reason for me to be out here, you know what I'm saying, still doing what I might have been doing in my 20s. Right. Right. Now, in my 20s, I might have cussed you out. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest.
And we don't know how. I mean, you get to the point where you are a certain age and you realize, like, okay, I don't want to be raised. I don't want. I mean, how you were raised might have something to do with it.
That's true.
But you get to the point when you're older, you say, well, I don't want to be treated like that, so I shouldn't treat other people.
Us.
That's us. Not all people think that, and I understand that, but I think that we just all need a little Jesus.
And we do, and what
I
we're
think
saying
that's
is,
what it is.
yeah,
I
rise
mean,
to
really.
the occasion.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how, I mean, I know we like to continue to use, this raising thing.
Yeah. But you get to the point where you can't keep
using that.
Keep using that. No, that was my point. Like, you can't keep
using that.
You finally have to realize that I don't want to be treated like that. I want to be in the opposite end of that. So why don't I just be a kinder person? Mm-hmm. Why don't I just be kind? Even when it doesn't feel good to be kind because you're going through stuff. Yeah. I'm just saying.
So what our main purpose is in this message, like Gloria's saying, it truly does start within. I mean, it doesn't matter how the world affects you or people affect you or their lives affect you. Like we've talked about countless of times, you got to create boundaries. You got to create boundaries around yourself. You've got to tell yourself, I don't care, what somebody says or does. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be kind. Now, if somebody slaps you in the face, like they say, you got to turn the other cheek. Now, and what I mean by that is sometimes you just got to walk away. Right? And you've got to walk away and leave that person alone. Because you know that there's a trigger right there. Because I'm going to tell you, if somebody slaps me in my face, baby.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to need you to keep walking. I'm going to need you not to be trying to speak to me. I'm just being real with y'all.
Right.
Okay? I'm not going to try to be throwing down in the street because I'm too old for that. Things might break. Hips might hurt. I'm being real with y'all. I can't be out here fighting nobody.
Exactly.
No ma'ams.
Right.
So, and it just doesn't look good. Okay? No. It really just doesn't look good at the end of the day. And like they always say, what would Jesus do? What would he do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know everybody is not a believer, but in order for them to become a believer, sometimes we got to be the Jesus with the skin on. We got to be his hands and feet. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's that the word that says what does it matter if you loving people that already love you? You got to love people that hate you.
Exactly.
You got to love the people that despise you and treat you badly, because that's really what the Christian walk is all about. That's what Jesus showing up really means. I mean,
because it's easy to love people that love you.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, it can be.
Okay, well, generally, I'm just saying.
Generally.
It is easy for people to love people that love you. The challenge is where, they're not kind. They're unkind.
Gloria didn't want to love her yet the other day. She didn't want to love her. She wanted to lay hands on her. And not
lay hands on her.
Look, and not the laying of hands praying for her.
No, it wasn't that. But like I said, I'm just really big on customer service. We both work in the customer service industry, and I think really all jobs, if you think about it, are customer service.
Everything in life is about customer service.
When you are interacting with another person, that's customer service.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And whether that's your job or not. Right. Just being kind.
Just being kind is it's free.
And it's a human. It's just what humans usually do generally.
Exactly.
And so, we do a lot of kidding and a lot of joking, but truly it really is about, I know for me, not harming my witness, and really really talking to myself, what would Jesus do? How would he handle this? How would he want me to handle it? And me knowing that I'm loved by him keeps me from doing all kinds of craziness. Keeps me from keeping my mouth shut. Like I said before him, ain't no telling what I would have said to y'all. Ain't no telling. And it's just no. So thank you, Jesus, for you and for me. Okay. Because kindness really does, it's a byproduct of knowing that he loves you, of knowing that no matter, because we all do wrong things. I have a lot of wrong thoughts. I have to constantly, God forgive me, because I know that wasn't right what I just did. But the thing about God is he does.
Right.
He keeps loving you. And as far as the east is from the west,
Exactly.
he remembers it no more.
Exactly.
Now, Gloria might hold a grudge. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus is not going to do it. You see what I mean?
No, no.
Yeah, she don't hold a grudge, but I can. So, tread lightly. That's all I'm saying. And I'm laughing, but I'm so serious. So, that is the one thing me and God are having to work on, because we're having this great, like Gloria was talking about, this message that comes across, and really talking about the patterns that have been set up in your mind, and how we need to shift those things. And a lot of times we are coming to other people with that kind of stuff in mind. I was really bad on holding grudges. Now, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. I wasn't out here trying to figure out how to get this person. I'm just gonna leave you alone. Right. I'm just, ain't no sense of you talking to me anymore. There's just no sense of us having no kind of relationship. I'm just gonna move on. I'm not one to try to seek out to try to harm you in no kind of way. I just internalize. I would internalize that kind of stuff, and just be mad about it, and just be mad at the world, and just leave people alone. As I am maturing, as I am walking with God, and he wants me to serve and not be served, my job is to learn how to disrupt those patterns, to use the word in order to disrupt those patterns. And that's what we're here trying to tell you. Because if we're talking about giving thanks, we're talking about that kindness. And the only way that you can give thanks is really being kind within, is really having integrity, is really having a peace with your God, that but my God, sometimes I got to get on my knees, and sometimes because that person really did hurt me. What they said, it really has affected me, but I can't let that hold on to the point of it stops me from serving. It stops me from living in my purpose. And I have been stuck a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I do know. I'm not telling you something I don't know. What we're trying to encourage you to do is to move past that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it might mean having to go talk to a person. And you might not have talked to them in a minute. And maybe it's not about them giving you the go-ahead to, be forgiving and all of the things. But it's about you having to come to a place where, you know what, I forgive you, even if you don't acknowledge what you did.
Right. And it's easy to forgive people that you love, to me.
Yeah.
Because
that's not necessarily true.
Well, I'm just saying, I guess I should say, well, I'm just saying, for me, it's easier. Well, let me back up, because I think I said that backwards. It's easier to forgive someone that's not close to you.
There we go.
That's what I was trying to say, because I was saying it backwards in my mind. It was like, okay, it wasn't coming out right. Because you know how our mouth doesn't work sometimes, during this time. Anyway, but yeah, it's actually people who are
don't
not
mean
close,
nothing to you,
that are an acquaintance or some acquaintance, and they actually, that you just see here and there, and it's easier for that, but it's easier to forgive them. But when it's somebody that's you hold in your heart, someone you hold in your heart, and
about some real pain right now, girl.
And I'm just saying, when you hold them in your heart and you actually hear those unkind words, and you hear what they really feel, because what God says in his word, what a man speaketh, so is he.
Absolutely.
So you know that it's coming from a deep, dark place, right? So that is hurtful. And that is where
it holds on.
And it holds on. And that is when we have to really seek God. I mean, we have to seek God.
Absolutely.
And ask for his, just ask for us to forgive them. Because even if they don't, that's the thing. Even if they don't acknowledge it, even they think that they have a reason to speak to you that way, you still have to forgive. God didn't say forgive this person, but not that one. Right. Forgive this one, not that one. He says forgive all. Right. I mean, just 70 times 7, like how he says. And so it's endless, because that's how he forgives us, right? That's how he forgives us. And my word is forgiveness, and hasn't been a struggle this year.
She's been working through it, guys.
I've been working through.
But she's been doing a good job. She's been doing a good job. Because we all understand, and we're not talking to you about something that you don't already know. That forgiveness is truly a hard thing, but we understand too that we don't forgive the other person for them. We forgive them for us.
Ourselves.
Right. So we don't become bitter. and angry and taking out everything on somebody else that don't even know. They just coming in. They don't.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on.
Exactly. Why are you so mean and angry? I've been. I've had to have those conversations with people. So hey, I get it. But there is peace, love, and joy in God, right? And even though it may not seem like it, because I love this. T.D. Jakes talks about this. While you're going through a thing, it's not about you understanding it. Try not to understand it. Just try to make it through. And that, while you're going through, though, make sure that you ask God to tend to your heart, to hold you and to keep you, because you don't want to have gone through a thing and then come out, angry and bitter on the other side, because that will not serve you. Exactly. And while you're going through, you don't want to be angry and bitter all the way through either, because then you won't really hear what he's saying to you. Your heart won't change. The patterns will, oh my God, be more entrenched, and the wall gets higher. Because hey, I know how to build a wall. I'm not talking about the wall that Trump was trying to build. I know how to build a wall within mentally against people. Yeah. Okay. Right. And give me all kinds of reason why. I'm not dealing with them anymore. I don't have to speak to them. I don't have to call them. I don't have to try to pray for them. You know what I'm saying? But we're trying to break those patterns. Right. And if you can remain kind. Yeah. And if you understand that your integrity has nothing to do with anybody else. Literally has nothing to do with anybody else. Not what somebody said to you. Did they see you? Did they speak to you? Did they acknowledge you? What does any of that matter? Right. It doesn't matter with you making sure that you are grateful and giving thanks every single day, that you're saying, God, okay, I see, I understand, I hear what you're trying to say to me. God, it's not easy. Okay, what do I need to do with this? Right. Sometimes God will just tell you to just be still and be quiet. And he'll give you his answer when you truly seek him and you hear his word. Because when God's talking to you, your ear knows. So you understand that, okay, there's no getting around this. There's no trying to, it's not. Yeah, sugarcoat it, whatever. God says, and he says what he means. Yeah. And and like you were saying about building walls, and I said, and for me, we've talked about this, that I need to create boundaries, not really walls, but boundaries. Right. And boundaries meaning for God to give me discernment on what people I should let in my circle. Right? Somebody that edifies, somebody that has your back, somebody that's going to uplift you, that's going to support you, that's going to be truthful. Like Pam was yesterday. She just convicted me when what I said, and it was just like I knew. But when she said that to me, and I said, oh, she was just a ray of sunshine, it truly convicted me when she said that, and I heard my words back. Because when we speak. When we speak it, I said, and then I heard myself, and I'm like, I don't know what she's going through. Right. So for me to just make that snap judgment and thinking that was okay, it wasn't. Right. It was not okay. And that's good that what Gloria just did for you was she helped you see the difference between building a wall and boundaries. There are two different things, right? Yeah. And a good point that she also made, a lot of times that stuff that comes out of our mouth, and once we hear it, we understand, ooh, okay, I should not have said that. I should not have been that way. And I know that if you don't have that kind of conviction, you need some more Jesus in your life. That's what Gloria is saying. That's true. And she's not saying it judgmentally or anything. We're just called to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And we are just trying to call it the way we see it, girls. Because it truly does. I mean, we're laughing, we're kidding, but we're walking through this with you. It's not like like we've arrived or anything. No. It's nothing like that. No. Oh my goodness. No. I mean, I wish, I wish I had arrived, because I wouldn't be fighting these battles and these demons. Right. But we are, right? And so it's real life. It's raw sometimes. It's the reality of where we are. We don't have to sugarcoat it. We don't have to pretend like, oh my God, I'm not going through. Yeah, we're going through. And we love the Lord. Yeah. And the joy of the Lord is our strength. Amen. But you know what we're going through. Okay? Yes, exactly. Right. All right, girls, we're going to close this down. But like I told you, what are you supposed to do? Subscribe, like, and share. Hit the notification bell. Leave your girls a comment. And in the comment, you need to use the word kind. Yes. to put your name in a drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And Gloria and I will decide who
Yes.
actually gets the t-shirt.
Yes.
But we need you to do it on our YouTube page.
Yes.
Okay? We
Yes.
do drop this information in
Mm-hmm.
our Sisters of Color page,
Mm-hmm.
but we actually need you to do it on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay? So we're going to close this thing
Mm-hmm.
out. Gloria's going to close us out, and we're going to see you.
Yes. Ahí los vemos, y recuerda que tu voz importa.
What Gloria is saying, hold on, I got to get to my page first. What Gloria is saying, for those of us that don't speak Spanish, see you later, and remember to use your voice. Okay, guys, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.